Took me long enough, but I finally started a YouTube channel. If you know me already, hello again. If you don't, then I'm Tom, and I'm the owner of Bolt Moto. But before we get into that, let's go back. I've been into everything with two wheels for as long as I can remember. I was racing bikes when I was younger in the British Mini Bike Championship, which is probably the best way to go racing affordably. And then as I grew up, I went into the motorcycle trade at 16. But then at the end of 2024, I came up with an idea, so I just took a leap, quit my full-time job and started my own business as a mobile motorcycle mechanic. Now, looking back on it, I probably was a little bit crazy and went into it pretty quick, but it has paid off so far, and I'm looking forward to sharing as much as I can with you along my journey. I've built a half-decent following on TikTok already, and that brings us back to now. The first job of this snowy day is this Yamaha R125 scooter. The steering was very stiff and knocking, so time to get that front panel off and see what's going on. Now, normally this could either be worn headrace bearings or it could just be the castle nuts on the top here that have worked their way loose. On this occasion, they were just loose. However, I did advise to the customer that it does need new bearings. I got this job priced up and hopefully she'll be booked in soon. For now, time to get back in the warm and get to the next one. Got a Honda PCX today, snowy one. Yeah, buddy. The customer wanted this aftermarket light fitted to the front of his Honda PCX a bit like this. He said he wanted some extra light on the dark lanes at night, so he supplied the light. It's time for me to fit it. Whilst I was here, he wanted a full service on this Honda, so let's get to it. I'm starting here by draining the oil out and also getting the airbox cover off so I can get to that air filter. The bike didn't need a spark plug change on this service, so it's just a matter of doing the oil change, the filter, and then checking over a bunch of other things, which you do on pretty much every service. The air filter is a direct OEM replacement, and as you can see, there it goes. Time to get all those screws back in before getting everything prepped for the new oil to go in. Time to clean the area first, obviously clean all the thimble and everything that comes out of there, and then get it back in. Now it's time to add the most important part, oil. Here I am now just checking the oil level on the dipstick and everything's good. Now it's time to work my magic and fit this front light. Now, I know a lot of people out there are going to have their different opinions on whether this light was right or not right for the bike, but the customer wanted it, so it's my job to fit it. So I am going to have to take a bit off the bottom of that screen to fit the light. This was a time lapse I tried to do, but didn't get the camera in focus. And I also have to take this top panel off so that I can route the wires for the new light switch. The switch was just a matter of bolting it on and then routing the wires straight down with the rest of the loom. I then wired it to a direct ignition live and the light worked. Now I could move on to the screen. As you can see, I've took the bottom of the screen off and now it's time to get everything fitted back on the bike, with one more final check just to make sure it definitely works. In my opinion, I do think it looks pretty cool now that it's on, and the customer is happy too, which is the most important thing. It is 0 degrees outside. It is definitely a chilly one today, but we're on our way to service this Yamaha R125. Luckily, this one was in a garage, so I didn't have to worry about kneeling down in the snow. After running the bike up, it's time for me to get all the side panels off so I can access the oil filter housing and the spark plug. I start by draining the oil out the sump plug and then taking the oil filter out. Time to get that oil filter housing all cleaned up, ready for the new filter to go in. And it's always best to clear everything else out before reassembling it. We've got high flow Filtro filters and an NGK spark plug to fit to this. You can buy all of these on my website. And now it's time to get that new oil filter in and get everything reassembled, ready to put the fresh oil in. One thing I did notice is when you drain the oil, a spring and a thimble should also come out of here, which it didn't. So I have had to advise the customer that he needs a new one, but it's okay for now. We can put oil in. With the oil in, it's time to attack that spark plug. Now, they're not too bad to get out on these. They are relatively accessible. So you just pull that HT cap off, get the old plug out and get the new one in. Just always remember that you've definitely got the correct spark plug for the bike that you're working on. Next up, we're moving to take the tank cover off. Now you've got to take the tank cover off and the tank off on these to get to the air box, which has the air filter in it. You can see here that I'm just unplugging all the fuel pump, which is convenient that it's on top, and then getting the tank off. The airbox lid comes off and that air filter can then be removed. It's definitely safe to say it was time for this air filter to be replaced, as that is minging. Time to get the new high flow filtro one out, which as you can see already looks a lot better. Time to get it into the airbox, get the airbox reassembled and get everything put back together. Whilst I've got the tank off, I do always check a few other things whilst I'm under there just to make sure everything's okay. After finishing all the other service things like chain adjust and checking all the nuts and bolts, I fitted these new handlebar grips and extra long mirrors for this customer. When he bought the bike, it didn't come with any mirrors as he bought it second hand and the previous owner must have taken them off. And that was that job all done. I hope that you've all enjoyed my first ever YouTube video. I'm pretty new to this, so not really sure what I'm doing. Now, in my next video, I'll be making this Honda sound from this to this, and I've got plenty of exciting things to come. I'll see you in the next one.